Hello, my babies, and welcome once again to the Galfond Challenge. I'm Uncle Daddy Joe Stapleton. With me in the booth today is a real professional poker player. This guy knows his onions when it comes to high stakes pot limit Omaha. Please welcome Richard Gayler. What's up, Richie?
And I was very respectful of Phil last time I was in the booth, and someone we should all look up to when it comes to facing adversity in poker.
Well, I mean, let's be honest that he did create the adversity for himself. So we'll start with that. But
Yeah, I mean,
as far as dealing with insurmountable adversity that he himself asked for,
give the man some credit, you know. we got a very annoying raise in position on table story. These are really frustrating to deal with as the 3-better. 100 BBs to start. Phil consenting. This is a decent turn. Some of Venny's gutters get here. Although I've been seeing some high stakes heads appeal hands in the last half year where on this particular flop stem and then like on this turn people call really light. And I've actually seen hand histories with Phil in them where he continues extremely light on this turn. Like on this board. As light as like nines with a straight blocker. And Phil calls. Likely expecting a ton of bluffs, especially given the two-tone nature of the flop. A bunch of flush draws. Although a lot of the flush draws are going to have made straights by the river. Pretty difficult for Phil to defend one pair here, despite it being SPR 0.6.
Yeah, this seems like a very difficult spot with a pair. Venividi all in. Phil calls. Phil's got the straight, but it was a full house on the turn for Venividi.
Phil getting a bit cooler there.
Yeah, a little bit of a cooler there.
Although his diamonds were covered on the flop and turn. So he drew to a fake out there. Little thing called reverse implieds.
A dirty out?
Oh, dirty outs, yeah.
Well, this was a 3-bet pot pre-flop on table 2 and a full pot bet. Showdown table 1.
Table story, right?
That's right, table story.
Phil piling the Jack 6-4 rainbow.
Farah in chat answering the question, did Phil sleep better? Yes, he did. Good to know. Phil getting raised here. Phil re-raising. With the open-ender, catches it on the turn. And that's a double up for Phil Galfond.
Ooh. Yeah, these guys are in the streets battling. It's just the pot stack off with the...
The 3-bet potting continues. Table 1, table Cinderella. I'm leaning towards more positive names today, towards, wishful thinking, power of positivity, law of attraction, like table green, table day, like we're hoping for a green day today. I don't know. That was not quite clever enough. It's not quite there. Someone yesterday suggested that we let Farah name the tables, and I'll tell you guys right now, she names the tables every day. I just pretend like I came up with it.
Wait, I thought we could get some from the chat.
It all has to get run up the food chain.
Oh, fish bones with the left and right suggestion. We've got
I don't hate it. I don't hate it as Phil bets half pot on this turn.
Yeah, double barrels. Strange to see him continuing on this turn because he should have less straights than Benny.
Hiya, here it comes. 1 bet, 2 bet.
Venny agrees with me. so let's put all the money in. What you got? Whenever you have the 5 and 7 favoring the in-position player, you usually play a higher frequency flop check. So given the fact that Phil bet flop, he's going to connect with this 6 a slightly more often because since he's playing a high frequency check, the few bets he has are going to be doing better. So maybe he's got it.
Phil called turn, gets the rest of the money put in for him
Hard,
on this river after
hard,
checking to Venividi.
hard to see him fold this river. Once he puts all that money in on the turn, he's getting such good odds here.
He does fold river.
Wow. I'm trying to understand what he could have.
Must have whiffed something.
Vinny playing very small bet on Queen Queen 4-2 tone.
Just one last quick table name suggestion before we go with cold shower and hot streak. What if we name table 1 table right and table 2 table left?
Oh, that would really mess me up. Just no thank you.
We've got over 16K in the middle on table 2, which is eventually going to be table hot streak. Full pot bet from Venividi.
Very deep here. And he goes with it. Phil's got to have a strong hand to call on the turn. Does he choose to look him up on the river?
Table cold shower. Phil's raising the turn. Got 5 figures over there too. Get your 40Ks ready. Phil folds on hot streak. We'll assume the hot streak is going to start after that hand since the names were just added. What about table cold shower?
That might be where Phil's going after this hand because Vinny calls. And when he calls this turn, he's going to have a decent amount of strong hands here that Phil might be bluffing off into. And Phil has a ton of hands he might be choosing to bluff with on this turn.
Well, Phil has potted it. Pottage for the cottage.
Wow.
And not snap called by Venny.
I mean, you'd expect some of Phil's.
Venny raises for the rest of it.
Oh, he
Phil
does.
calls and wins with a full house. 10s full of 8s.
So limp raise, call. He plays small bet with top set. Wow. Tricky. And then checks turn. Oh, Phil. Okay, he earned this. He earned these dollars, that's for sure. Small bet into check raise turn, pile river. Wow. Just stack your opponent, why don't you? What a line. What a line by Phil. Yeah, but let me tell you what, when you 2-bet flop and you get 3-bet, you're not thinking, oh, I wonder if this guy's throwing in the appropriate, 1/16th frequency. He's just messing with me. What's this guy up to?
Big pot brewing on table hot streak, 5 figures.
Big turn for Phil. SPR 1.5. Does he just pot call it off?
Phil checks. Phil folds on table cold shower, table hot streak. He's facing a pot-sized bet.
Wow. I mean, there's not going to be that much 35 in the buttons raise call and then calling a pot-sized bet in the flop. A lot of the 35 is going to raise flop, even if it gets to that spot. This is quite an ambitious bet by Venny. He probably just has it, to be honest. Whatever it is in this spot. Set top 2 straight, some big draw, 56 with nut flush draw or something.
Phil,
I'd expect that to size down.
Phil raises the rest of it. Venny calls.
Oh, what do we have?
Oh
my goodness! Phil
is a stone bluff.
Madman. Phil is a madman. Oh, I got top pair and a 5 blocker. Yeah, let's put in 15K. Holy
top
cow!
Pair, the ace, got it. The ace. Wow.
Little did we know, Phil's sitting on 1 pair going, oh, this is where we make our stand. Helm's Deep over here. Bang, bang. Let's go.
Those are the pots I have the hardest time reading the hands at Showdown because I'm expecting something more. And when I don't find it, my brain melts down. Hello, guys. Open your ear holes.
Lay it on me. Venividi swinging around. Swinging and banging. Good flop for
Here
Veni.
we go for bet. Let's get this pot fill.
We've seen towards the start of the challenge Phil donking out in these spots. He does it again.
All in. Phil with a 9. Oh boy, that's not good.
Basically the same hand except a free roll.
Except no spades. Phil stacked almost immediately after break. I'm going to put that horn away for a while. That wasn't good. Phil potentially with the chance to win it back.
Yeah, so it looks like whenever
Raise.
Wow. Phil leveraging the 9-7 nature of the board, interacting more with his range. He's going to have more straight draws, wraps, two pairs, more 7-7, less ace-ace. Also, Veni can be half pot here, and this is Veni's half pot sizing. He goes like 60%. Venividi can be half pot with range here. Vision likes 96% half pot, so basically range. And curiously, Vision has no raising range on this flop, so Phil's getting creative.
I think Vision sometimes suffers from a severe lack of. I don't see a lot of creativity from Vision.
Yeah,
My
well,
2 cents.
the top set advantage for the 3-better makes the in-position player from a game theory perspective not raise, really. When you have such a polarity disadvantage and such an equity disadvantage, you pretty much just call or fold.
Phil's been put to a decision for all of his chips.
Veni repping the backdoor nut flush. All of Phil's straights are now in a painful spot. What do you do if you've got a 10 high straight with a spade? Sigh, call, and cry?
Phil does sigh, call, and cry. That is exactly what he had. Wow.
And he loses.
And Phil stacked again on table cold shower.
Sometimes you play live. Ooh, hit me. Hit me.
Phil gets the fold.
No. Cold shower, hit me.
Hit you. Oh, sorry. I was looking at a table hot streak. Apologies.
You got a multi-table, bro. There we go.
I am not good at multi-tabling.
Somewhat even board.
Time for the 4-bet horn. I got a good feeling about this one.
Yeah,
Venividi
I think Phil
pots it. Phil's all in. Phil's got the flush draw. Makes it on the turn. Goodbye, river.
Phil totally smashed it.
Top pair and a flush draw.
Their short deck PLO is possible. Yep. What are some adjustments you'd like to see either guy implement? Well, I would have to be a genius to be able to critique players this good. I mean, have you heard Phil talk about poker? But yeah,
Is he good? Does he know what he's talking about?
I'd like to see more check raises against capped ranges, applying more pressure, and Veni's been doing a good job of protecting his range out of position. I haven't seen Phil do that as much, except for that 10-10 hand where he raised over the limp, third pot, check raised, jammed with the 10-10 against the 85 earlier. But just that's like with a trap, right? But you can take some semi-nutted hands and put them as check calls. Or we haven't really.
Hey guys, we got a thing. We got a thing happening.
We got a big one.
And Phil wins the big one. Was that 2 pair on the turn? 10s and 4s?
Wrap against 10-4. Yeah.
Woo!
Call. Phil flops 10-9-6-4. Peels with the top pair gutter. Drills the 2 pair and gets it in against a wrap. And holds. Ace, queen, jack, 9, no good. I mean, that's a pretty standard hand, to be honest.
I was not expecting it to hold, but hold it did. That's going to take another 20K or so off of Phil's debt for this section. Just waiting for those numbers to update. He should be doing better than 44,000 down now.
Equities on turn, Richard. Oh.
Hold on, we got
boy.
another big one here.
Six,
Two
seven,
big ones.
670, 72. 72?
Richard, we've got poker happening.
Oh, we have a lot of poker happening.
Another all in.
Bet 3-bet. 9-9 against top and bottom. Massive cooler going to Phil.
Phil set holds.
Top and bottom with a nut shot, a nut gut shot.
Grand Theft Chips asks, how much money was Galfond down this session at one point? He was down as much as 80,000.
I think around there, yep.
I think 82 may have been the peak we saw. Nice wide guess there from MP Adam. Somewhere between 60 to 90. That sounds like a typical Stapes answer. I like it. I will allow it. Venividi raising the flop on table hot streak, 9 high, 9-7-5 rainbow.
Big fan of this, attacking this texture.
Phil re-raises.
Wow,
that is a 3-bet.
A little small bet 3-bet. Given the business, we could see some 68 against Jack 10-8 or maybe some 9-9-6 here. Oh, he goes for it. Puts it in.
Oh boy, Phil flopped it.
4-bet alert.
And the 10-8 gets there though.
Oh, so redraw
that
against
is
redraw.
Gross.
Open under versus 2 pair.
And he turned the spade draw as well, right?
Phil did or Venny did?
No, Venny.
Oh boy.
Venny had a lot going into the river.
Yeah, you never fade that when they've got an open under flush draw and it's for all the money. At least in my career, they always bink it.
Yeah, well, lots of cards he could hit there. Unfortunately, as Nut Roll says, you cannot win them all. They both flopped the straight.
So Curious Vision is saying that on the hot streak table, out of position should be doing half pot with 93% of their hands, basically range, which means that when we get to this turn spot, this is when the hand really starts, because Venny has to have a response of continuing at such a high frequency.
You guys, this could be huge.
Yeah, these are wide ranges on a very dynamic texture, and Phil just bet the max, deep. Super deep. This could be a 100K pot.
21 out there now.
Phil, this river's definitely better for Phil than Venny, but a lot of his made hands are going to check.
There it is.
He puts it in.
He puts it in.
Oh boy.
40K pot for sure.
Venny regretting that he didn't sit out the hand previously.
Yeah, he's sitting out on table cold streak. Folds table. Cold streaks. Cold shower. Folds on hot streak. Folds.
Oh yeah, Ryan Fee would be good. He's been battling.
Ryan Fee, interesting. I like Ryan. Well, actually, we recommend asking Phil Galfond to join your podcast. I would love to have Phil Galfond on. Here's the question. Will my podcast allow Phil to mention this challenge even once? I'm not sure.
Well, at Bama Lamb, this is really my first exposure. I'm enjoying the transition for sure. So they potted on hot streak. Very, very dry board. Phil trying to push some equity here. Oh yeah, I mean my perception of money is completely skewed. I don't value the dollar whatsoever. I'm process oriented, not dollar oriented, which I think is a massive advantage in business. Yeah, check piling here. Venny going into the tank.
Hello. Big pots, both tables, 5 figures.
I'm sorry, they have the stream frozen on the left table then.
Oh boy, well I got left table. Left table's got 10K in the pot as Phil.
Got a little glitcherooski. We'll commentate the right table because that's the only one showing. Hot streak is showing.
I'm going to just say what's happening on the left table because it is worth noting that Phil has just potted it on the river for 10,791 euros. Board Jack 3 of clubs, Queen 4 of hearts, 5 of diamonds on the river. Venny calls. Phil does not show down the winner.
That is the one we can see.
Oh, I see. They've been
Venny with the much weaker draw, rivering his gutter. Venny was so behind on the turn and then pings off that gutter for basically stacks. Wow. What a river.
That is a 4-bet, my babies.
Hit me.
4-bet alert. Oh, come on. That was a bad beat right there. I have to have my phone sounds on.
Oh, this board, it goes in a lot on these boards.
Will it go in? It does go in. Come on, Phil. Do the aces hold?
Deuce. That's a scoop. All right.
All right. Pone 555 says, does Stapes have any of his own jokes or just repeats ones he's heard over and over? Hey, man, I don't come to where you work and kick the broom out of your hands. If you guys can see my face right now, it's just a big open mouth grin.
I just got called out in the chat to play some StarCraft. That's how you know that there's no big pots right now. And Venividi piling on this turn. Lots of straight draws out there.
Holy big ass pot. Phil repiling.
Yeah, we'll allow it. Yeah, raw 16V. I'd recommend something called. They're all in.
Kings is good.
The stream's a little bit behind you. Ooh, top. Oh my goodness. 0%. Did I just see a 0% equity for Venividi?
Was that a drawing dead?
I think it was.
Wow. All right, that's what we like to see.
Three bet pot, queen 5-4. Venny plays as check.
Phil bets half pot in position.
I like that. Oh, I'm plugged in. Don't worry, I'm running this right now.
All right, very good.
So we're in the infrequent 1/3.
How about a pot size raise from Venividi to follow that up?
Yeah. So vision raises half pot a little bit, but not very much. We're basically not supposed to get it in here too much. But Venividi is a maniac. Doesn't
and Phil
care.
has put the rest of it in. Venny calls. Venny with the diamond draw. Misses.
Top and bottom against nut shot, nut flush draw. Phil with 100 Jeezys. Do I see that correctly? Is he in the green?
100,000 G-Fonds in Phil stack. Table hot streak. That's going to put him into the green for the day. We do have someone chat proing vision. Good work. Thank you. I'm takers. Wonderful. Very good. Well done. I mean, it makes sense that chat pro on Chat Pro Saturday would think they're smarter than a computer. That's ultimate Chat Pro Saturday.
Oh,
it doesn't get any better than that.
We've got some comedy in the chat.
Betting a call on table hot streak. We do have a legit hand here.
Yeah. Interesting. Phil's capping himself when he just flats the turn. Mostly just like 2 pair of straight blockers and then some 1 pair plus flush draws plus straight draw type thing. This deuce is breaking out a lot of Phil's hands. He could have a few traps that he's slow playing a straight. We already saw Venny slow play a straight earlier this session on such a dynamic wet board.
Well, if Phil was trapping, it worked perfectly. He picks off the pot-sized bet from Venividi on the river. Phil may have been capping himself, but he definitely busted a cap in Venividi there.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, so conventionally he's capping himself except for his traps, and he had the trap. And Venny walked right into it. Although Venny's hand is a mandatory bet jam. Both players played that hand quite well.
And we've got another huge pot in the making in the hand immediately following. Phil folds. Okay, all right. Venividi sitting out. This might be it. This might be it for the day. Guys, we're not going to end with 2 green numbers, I don't think. But man, oh man, is this a good day for Team Galfond.
Well, it's always a good day to be able to come on and talk about PLO too.
Phil manages to win an entire buy-in after being down just over 4. And his total winnings are still in the negative, but he is down 2.5 buy-ins. That number may change. I'm not sure that that's completely updated from the last hand we saw Phil win. But at worst, we know that Phil is only down 50K, 48,000 to be exact. Or, like I said, that may update. But at worst, it's going to be, yeah, there it is, 39,000, under 2 buy-ins, guys.